Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic. This is Scarehunter, and you're listening to Scarehunter Storytime. Many scary stories to chill your bones. Tonight's story is The House of Horrors. So turn off the lights, get cozy by the fire, and be prepared for some scares. Many people have been to haunted house attractions at least once in their lives. People dressed as ghosts, goblins, and monsters doing whatever they could to scare the pants off you. Of course, everyone knows they're just actors and would never really hurt anyone. That's complete and utter nonsense. 16-year-old Crystal Birch thought that way too. She thought that no one could get hurt in Halloween attractions or die. That is, until she went to the scariest Halloween attraction ever built, called the House of Horrors. People all over the school talked about that place. They would say that the people who worked there would either kidnap someone during the tour or take someone off the streets and put them in the torture room and kill them in front of the people as they walked by, thinking it was part of the act. While someone was telling the story, Crystal just laughed and said, "Come on, you guys don't really believe any of this, do you?" "Well, I think you're full of it. If this really happened, then why are there no missing person posters hanging up everywhere? Like I said, bull crap." The kid who told the story got real angry and said, "If it's such bull crap, then why don't you go there tonight? I dare you." Crystal smiled and said, "Challenge accepted. You guys may want to come along to make sure I actually do it." Later that night, Crystal and her classmates went to the House of Horrors. When they got to the attraction, Crystal started to get scared and said, "Well, we're here. I did the dare. Let's go." One of her classmates grabbed her and said, "You said the stories were bull crap, so get in there and prove it." Everyone else cheered in agreement. Crystal slowly went to the ticket booth and bought a ticket. She turned around and said, "Okay, I got the ticket. Let's call it good and get out of here." Another classmate said, "You're not getting out of a dare that easy. Now get in that line and go inside. Be sure to film everything." Crystal slowly got in line while everyone else just smirked. As the line started to move, Crystal tried to leave the line, but a third classmate pushed her back in line and said, "Oh, no, you don't. You don't get to chicken out once you've accepted a dare. Now get in there, you big baby." Crystal got angry and said, "Fine, and FYI, I'm not a baby." The classmate just smirked and said, "We'll see." As she got closer to the attraction, she thought, "Why Why am I so scared? This is just a regular Halloween attraction. No one got captured and killed here. Bull crap. That's all the stories are. Bull crap. When it was her turn to go in, she was ready to prove she was right. As everyone walked through, they enjoyed the jump scares from the actors. A mutant would jump out here, vampire would pop up there. Crystal and the other people were having a great time. While Crystal recorded the tour with her phone, she chuckled and said, "You chumps should be feeling pretty stupid right now. I told you the stories were bull crap. In fact, I think I'll check things out by myself and get more proof that nothing happened here." As the group took off, Crystal snuck off in a different direction. While she walked around, she had to make sure she didn't get caught. So she found a black cloak and made herself look like she was one of the actors. As she continued wandering around, she heard some noise coming from somewhere, so she decided to follow the sound. She finally traced the sound where the sound came from. The sound came from a closed door that said torture room. She was still recording and she said, "Okay, you guys were right about the torture room, but that doesn't mean they actually killed people in there. I'll even go in and check it out." She slowly opened the door and went inside. As she looked around, she saw chains, pieces of human bones, which she thought were fake. She chuckled nervously and said, I gotta hand it to them. They really go that extra mile to get that genuine scare." She continued walking down the room, and an actor ran up to her and said, "What are you doing standing around? Get over there and keep filming." Crystal nodded and pointed her phone camera where the actor told her to. She saw a woman chained to the wall and an axe next to her. Crystal tested out the axe and found that it was the real deal. When she realized the stories were true, she tried to leave. Another actor grabbed her and said, "Don't get squeamish now. It's important that we get this on film." She looked around. As she looked around, she saw more victims. Some were tied to racks, others were straightened up, struggling to get free, and the rest were being whipped. While the actors weren't listening, she managed to say, "If I don't make it out of here alive, I just want to say I'm so sorry I didn't believe any of you. And if I do come out alive, I'm sure you guys will enjoy giving me a hard time over this." There wasn't much she could do for the victims because she was so scared. One of the actors grabbed the axe and unchained one of the victims. The victim was forced to lay on a stone slab as the actor tied the victim to it. Then the actor took the axe and chopped off the victim's head as the group walked on by, thinking it was all part of the attraction. Next, the actor chopped off the arms and legs. Last thing the actor chopped was the torso. Crystal threw up from what she saw. As the other actors whipped more victims, she was able to sneak away and make a sign that said, "These people are killing the others. Please call the police. This is not a joke. Hurry!" She managed to hang up the sign and went back to recording what was going on for the police. When more people walked by, the actors noticed that they were freaking out, running and screaming. Then the actors found the sign. One of them tore the sign down and said, "Which one of you put up this sign? If the police catch us, we'll be on death row. Now who did it?" While the actors argued, Crystal grabbed a dagger and began to cut the victims free. After she freed the first victim, she tripped going to the next. The actors heard the noise and found Crystal holding the dagger and the free victim running away. Another actor yelled, "What are you doing?" The actor grabbed a sword and ran after the free victim. The victim found a mallet and hid. When the actor got close to the hiding place, the victim swung the mallet and missed. The actor stabbed the victim with the sword, and the victim gurgled as blood trickled from her mouth. Crystal was being chased by another actor, while the rest stabbed the victims, chopped them, and tore them limb from limb. When Crystal's classmates saw people running and screaming, they went inside. As they looked for Crystal, she was looking for a place to hide. Crystal found a closet and hid inside. While she hid, the actor looked around and said, "You better hope and pray that I don't find you, you little snitch, 'cause I'm gonna kill you. Oh, yes, I'm gonna kill you." Once she heard the actor walk away, she opened the closet door and looked around to make sure the actor was really gone. While she looked around, making sure the actor was gone, she was also trying to figure out what part of the attraction she was in. When Crystal looked around the corner, she got knocked out. The classmates somehow found Crystal's cell phone. They got into her phone and checked out the video. Everyone was horrified when they saw the part where Crystal went into the torture room and saw the victims being chained up, whipped, and chopped to pieces. As the video went on, they heard Crystal say, "If I don't make it out of here alive, I just want to say I'm so sorry I didn't believe any of you. And if I do come out alive, I'm sure you guys will enjoy giving me a hard time over this." When the video ended, they all got scared and intensified their search. Crystal finally woke up and she saw that she was tied to a giant tree prop. As she struggled, the actor came up to her and said, "I told you I would kill you if I caught you." The actor grabbed a pair of large pruners and said, "Now I think it's time for you to get a little trim." The classmates heard Crystal scream and ran as fast as they could. As the actor left, the actor said, "Next time, don't be a snitch." When the classmates found Crystal, they screamed and began to cry. Crystal's eyes were cut open along with her torso. While the classmates cried, they saw a note on Crystal's body that said, "We'll be back, and remember, no one likes a snitch." Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. And if any of you happen to know any publishers so I can get these stories published, let them know about this page and have them watch these, or you can show them to them. Until next time, unpleasant dreams.